Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Jay Knows Nothing. Hey, who day? Who day? Hey, Cincinnati Bengals eked out a win against the Baltimore Ravens, 24-17. I'm here to do a little recap of the game. Um, listen, I know some of the Bengals fans are like, "Hey, this was going to be a blowout," but come on now. Between these two teams, it was definitely going to be close. Um, I understand that Lamar Jackson, he was out, but listen, the way the Ravens play, we know how the Ravens play. They run the ball, play good defense, and then they'll hit you with some play action, hit you with the Mark Andrews. He had a pretty decent game, and even with some deep passes, which that's exactly what happened when Eli Apple thought he would be able to jump a route, but instead he got double moved, and Demarcus Robinson hit him for a long play, a long touchdown play. So, but the Bengals, with three offensive linemen out, we had, first of all, La'el Collins was out. He was already out for the season. Then Alex Kappa, he got injured the last game against the Baltimore Ravens, which I can understand now. I fully understand our gripe with that whole situation, the playoff scenario, because in the rule book, if you are the AFC division champion, if you are a division champion, you automatically host a playoff game. But with the cancellation of the Bills and Bengals game, and then when the NFL came out with the playoff scenario, it also gave Baltimore the opportunity, if they were to win against the Cincinnati Bengals, then the playoff game between these two teams would have been decided on a coin toss to see who hosts the first game. So the Bengals had to play their starters. Therefore, the Bengals and the Ravens had to play their starters, and Alex Kappa got injured in that same game against the Ravens. So if the NFL had not included the coin toss, then the Bengals very well could arrest their starters. Also, the Ravens would arrest their starters as well. But of course, money's involved. Got to come up with the scenario. And like I said in the previous video, I do believe Baltimore still got the, I can still understand why I believe that they had the biggest gripe, because they still had, they were still able to be in the AFC North Division race as far as winning the division championship. But since they basically needed the Bengals to lose to the Bills, and then Baltimore would have to beat the Bengals in Cincinnati. But of course, we all know the cancellation, so everything broke down. Now, getting back to the game, the Bengals offense was moving in the first half. They were doing a great job moving the offense, and in spite of the right side of the line, they were able to get some pretty decent run plays throughout the game. Unfortunately, during the end of the game, Baltimore shut that down. They were a couple of 3-and-outs, and Baltimore Ravens defense really stepped up to the plate towards the end of the game. But Burrow, man, he just seemed like a magician back there. He was escaping the rush and making throws down the field. Burrow played a pretty good game. He played a great game. He really did. The stats may not show it, but in watching the game, the way he managed it, the way he escaped the pocket, even to extend some plays, was very necessary. If he hadn't have done that, there's just no telling how this game would have went. And of course, the biggest defensive play of the game, maybe of the year, well, at least for the Bengals' sake, this might have been the biggest defensive play of the year for them. When Tyler Huntley, I have no idea why he thought he was closer to the goal line, but I believe the Ravens were like on the Bengals 2-yard line in the red zone. Huntley decided to jump up and try to have the ball over the goalpost, over the goal line, over the pile. Luke Wilson basically made him fumble out of his hands, and then Hubbard got a gift and then started running and then ran down for a touchdown. A 98-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown. That was definitely the play of the game. Matter of fact, it was the longest fumble recovery in playoff history. So, hey, big ups to Sam Hubbard. Good thing he didn't get caught from behind. Thank Marcus Bailey, the linebacker, for stopping Mark Andrews from making that potential touchdown saving tackle. So, yeah, that was definitely the play of the game. And like Collinsworth said, like the analyst said, if Tyler Huntley had just, instead of leaving his feet, if he had just, just leaned in, and then he had Ricard and I believe Gus Edwards, the running back, I believe they were both pushing him forward to the end zone. But he decided to make the leap. I'm thankful he decided to make the leap, because when he hoisted the ball over, he was still short of the goal line. So Luke Wilson, the linebacker, he made a great play. Like I said, that was the play of the game. That was the last touchdown, matter of fact. And without that, I mean, we could be looking at it could have been a different conclusion, I mean, possibly the Ravens might have won 24-17 instead of the Bengals. So, yeah, big ups to Wilson. I mean, did I say Luke Wilson? I'm sorry. Not the actor. Logan Wilson. Come on, man. You a Bengals fan. How you not know your players, bruh? See, this is what happens when I'm trying to do everything in one take. But, hey, mess ups happen. I mean, Logan Wilson. Logan Wilson, 55. Yeah, Logan, not Luke. But yeah, Logan Wilson and Sam Hubbard, they both made the play of the game, and like I said, it was definitely the turning point of the game, and gave them a victory. But yeah, this was your typical AFC North division type of game, just smash mouth football. The Ravens had, I was wondering like when the Bengals were going to stack, 8-9 in the box, but it just seemed like they were pretty much in their base defense. And then I also like the adjustments that our defensive coordinator Lou Anarumo made by, you basically took out his best pass rusher and Trey Hendrickson and allowed Cam Sample to put Cam Sample in his place, because Cam Sample, obviously he plays the run a lot more better than the way Hendrickson does. Hendrickson is more like a pass rusher, and he's not really that great against the run. A lot of times, teams will target him on the runs, which is not unusual, because usually, if the defense has a pass rusher that is basically a pass rusher and not really that great against the run, more times than not, they're going to run on that side. And a lot of the power run plays that Baltimore was running was on Hendrickson's side, and they were getting a lot of yards on those plays. But when Sample was in there, they weren't having as much success with Cam Sample over there in there. So that was a great adjustment. And I tell you what, another player that really gets some props, of course, DJ Reader wreaking havoc on the defensive line. It also came with a key tip pass. Akeem Davis Gaither, I tell you what, I feel like he's one of our better, when he gets an opportunity to play, he always seems to come through. And lo and behold, he got an interception. And he made some very good special teams tackles as well. So, he had a great game. It seemed like a very good all-around effort from everyone, from all phases of the game. So, Um, I mean, these playoff games have been absolutely nuts. I mean, if you ever seen my reaction video to the Jacksonville game Saturday, Jacksonville coming back from 27 nothing deficit. I mean, Lawrence throws 4 interceptions and then throws 4 touchdowns to help win the game. The only blowout that happened during opening playoff Wildcard weekend was the 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. At first, that game was close in the first half. Seattle, they was actually up 17-16. And then the 49ers said, yeah, this is it. Nah, it's over. Deuces. And basically outscored them like, let's see. They basically doubled them up in the second half. I mean, Seattle didn't even score. And San Fran just said, deuces. I believe the final score was like 43-17. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. Like I said, I'm going off the dome, so forgive me if I'm putting out some misinformation. But the rest of the games were pretty much one possession. The Bengals won by 7. Buffalo Bills won by that magic number of 3. Damar Hamlin's number against Miami Dolphins. I'll be honest with you, I didn't think that game was going to be close. I'm surprised that game was close. I thought for sure Buffalo was just going to run away with it. Miami might hang with them for a quarter, but even in the first quarter, they weren't hanging with them. Then all of a sudden, second quarter, Miami turned things around. And even at one point in the game, they was up 24-20 in the third quarter. But then all of a sudden, Buffalo said, all right, that's enough. We can't lose this game. We cannot lose this game. And sure enough, they didn't lose the game. They won by 3 points, 34-31. I mean, Miami had their chances. They mismanaged the clock on the 4th and 1. I mean, and to the point where they had to take a delay of game. I mean, that was a very critical point. I mean, to go from 4th and 1 to 4th and 6, that was just critical. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be talked about the next day. So, but yeah, these playoff games have been close. And I'm pretty sure, well, the Monday Night Football game between Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I tell you what, if Dallas loses, Stephen A., Shannon Sharp, they're going to be in full effect. If you ever watch First Take on ESPN and Skip and Shannon Undisputed on Fox Sports 1, you already know what it is. So, listen, Dallas Cowboys, you might have to do your fans a favor so then they don't have to hear Stephen A. Smith and then see him roll that video package with the sad Cowboys fans from last year and then sitting back with a cigar and a cowboy hat. Y'all don't want to see that. Of course, I don't care, so. But, I'm pretty sure tomorrow's game is going to be quite interesting. It feels like the Dallas Cowboys, they have the better team. I mean, they've had the better season, the better team. That defense, although has been although it has not been playing to the way they were playing earlier on this season, they seem to be giving up more yards. Of course, they're very susceptible to the run. They're not a good run defense, but also Tampa Bay is not a good run offense. So, I mean, for some, it may come down to quarterback matchup. Who you pick? Brady, Prescott. A lot of people would pick Brady over Prescott. I would pick Brady over Prescott. I ain't gonna lie. But as from the teams, from the way the teams have been playing, it feels like that Dallas should, I wouldn't say easily win this game, but it definitely feels like that Dallas should send Brady and the Buccaneers home. But Tom Brady, given a chance in the playoffs, I mean, just knowing his record in the playoffs, it's almost hard to go against him, you know. But we'll see. I do believe that. I do believe Dallas should win it. But hey, you know, my prediction is for Dallas. But I mean, you know, I would say Dallas by 3. Dallas by 3. They'll get over the hump. They'll send Brady packing and the Buccaneers. Then if I'm wrong, I'll come back with another video saying I was wrong. But anyway, I thank you all for tuning in, listening to me ramble about the Bengals, about the playoffs. If you like what you heard, hit the like button. If you have any comments, go ahead and place your comments down below. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Until next time, peace.